At the end of a quiet country road stood a little house with a porch light glow. Old Ben and Anna lived there alone, but they made that house feel like home. Every night before they went to sleep, they'd turn that porch light on to keep for anyone wandering through the night a little sign saying, "You're all right." There's a porch light for the lost, welcome no matter what it costs. A place to rest, a place to pray, a little hope along the way. When the world feels cold and you're all alone, there's a light shining like a way back home. Love still waits, no matter the miles beneath that porch light. A young man came with nowhere to go, running from troubles nobody knew. Ben opened the door and said with a smile, "Come sit down and stay a while." Hannah prepared a simple meal and showed him kindness he could feel. For the first time in many years, someone cared beyond his fears. There's a porch light for the lost, years went by and that young man stayed, building a life from the love they gave. He helped others just like they did, passing kindness on to another kid. When Ben and Anna grew old and gray, the town remembered their faithful way. That little light beside the door still welcomes strangers forevermore. A candle shines brighter when it is shared. A burden feels lighter when someone cares. The smallest act of love we show can change a heart we may never know. There's a porch light for the lost, a love that counted every cost. Through every storm and every night, someone needs a little light. So keep your heart and your doorway wide. Let mercy be your guide, because heaven's love is always found where kindness lights the ground. The porch light still shines, waiting for someone to come home. Old Tom was a fisherman down by the river, a hard-working man who was growing bitter. He carried regrets from years gone by, and hidden tears he kept inside. Every morning before the sun would rise, he'd cast his line beneath the skies. But the heaviest weight he ever knew was the pain he carried through. Beside the quiet river bend, I found my Savior and my friend. The water flowed, the morning came, and I was never the same. The burdens I carried washed away by a mercy that found me that day. My heart found peace again beside the quiet river bend. One day an old man sat beside his boat with a gentle smile and a comforting note. He said, "Son, you don't have to hide. God knows the storms you hold inside." Tom looked down at the river below, feeling the weight he couldn't let go. For the first time after many years, he spoke his worries through his tears. Beside the quiet river bend, now Tom still fishes every day, but there's a difference in his way. He sings old songs while the river flows, thankful for the grace he knows. The same old place where sorrow stayed became the ground where hope was made. And every traveler passing by hears a song beneath the sky. Sometimes the place where we break down becomes the place where grace is found. God can turn our deepest pain into a story born again. Beside the quiet river bend, I found a love that never ends. The years behind I can't reclaim, but I praise Him just the same. The river still flows, the heavens still shine, and peace has finally become mine. I'll remember until the end that quiet river bend. The water keeps moving, but the peace remains. Young Daniel stood where the two roads met, with a suitcase packed and a heart full of dreams yet. One road led toward the city lights, the other went home home where the fields grew wide. His father was aging, the farm needed hands, but Daniel had visions of bigger plans. He looked at the road beneath his feet, wondering which path his heart should see. At the crossroads at Miller's farm, he found where true treasures are, not in gold or a wealthy name, but in love that remains the same. Sometimes the road that calls you home is the greatest journey you will ever know. At the crossroads beneath the sky, he found the reason why. He remembered mornings beside his dad, the simple moments and the joys they had, the old tractor, the fields of grain, the lessons learned through sunshine and rain. His father said, "Son, choose your way. God will guide you every day. A successful life is not what you own. It's the love you leave when you are gone." At the crossroads at Miller's farm, at the crossroads at Miller's farm. Years went by and the farm grew strong, with Daniel's children singing old songs. The same dirt roads where he used to roam became the place he called his home. And when young people asked him why, he pointed toward that open sky. He said, "The richest man I know is the one who has love wherever he goes. Every heart will face a choice, every soul will hear a voice. Follow where the Lord leads you through, and He'll make a path for you." At the crossroads at Miller's farm, he found a life beyond his dreams. The hands that worked the soil each day built more than fields of green. Now he knows what matters most is the love we give, the hope we hold. At the crossroads where he stood alone, he found the road that led him home. Two roads divided, one heart found peace. Hanging in the closet was an old black suit, worn many Sundays, but still looked new. The jacket carried years of memories, of church bells, prayers, and family trees. Grandpa wore it every Sunday morning, no matter the weather or the warning. He'd polish his shoes and smile so bright, saying, "The Lord has given us another day of still hangs by the door, reminding me of the faith he wore. Not made of silk, not made of gold, but it carried a story worth more than I know. Every stitch and every seam held the love of a faithful man. Grandpa's Sunday suit showed me the beauty of a humble hand. He'd sit by the fire and tell me stories about God's kindness and heaven's glory. He said, "Son, riches don't make you great. It's the love you give and the lives you touch along the way." When neighbors struggled, Grandpa came, never looking for praise or fame. He gave what he had with a willing heart, showing me faith was the greatest part. Grandpa's Sunday suit still hangs by the door. Now I wear that suit on special days, walking the same old country ways. My hands are older, my hair has changed, but Grandpa's words still remain. Someday I'll leave it for someone new, with the same old message. Grandpa knew that a faithful heart and a life well lived are the greatest gifts a person can give. Clothes may fade and years may pass, but love like that forever lasts. A simple suit, a simple man, a lifetime held in God's own hands. Grandpa's Sunday suit still tells his story of a life surrendered to God's great glory. Through every season, every year, every year, every year, his faithful voice I still can hear. And when my journey here is through, I hope someone remembers too, not what I owned or what I wore, but the love I left behind the door. An old black suit and a faith that never grew old. Old Samuel sat on the front porch swing, watching the seasons and the changes they bring. His hands were warm from a lifetime of work, but his heart was peaceful beneath the dirt. He watched his children and grandchildren grow, thankful for every mile he'd known. The road was not always easy to climb, but God had been faithful all of his time. There's a home beyond the mountain where the weary find their rest, where every tear has disappeared and every soul is blessed. I've walked through valleys, I've crossed the streams, I've carried hope through broken dreams, but I know my journey's not the end. There's a home beyond the mountain. Samuel remembered the days of his youth, the prayers of his mother, and lessons of truth. The little church where he learned to believe, and the promises he chose to receive. He said life is a beautiful story God writes through the darkest days and brightest lights. Don't fear the road when you cannot see, his hand will guide you faithfully. There's a home beyond the mountain. Ooh, there's a home beyond the mountain. One autumn evening beneath the sky, Samuel looked toward the hills nearby. He smiled and whispered, "My race is done. I'm ready to see the Father's Son." His family gathered and held his hand, knowing someday they'd understand. The love he shared would never leave. It would live on in the hearts that believed. The mountain may seem tall today, the road may feel too far away, but every step that we have known leads us closer to our eternal home. There's a home beyond the mountain, a place prepared for you and me, where love will last forever and hearts will finally be free. So when my earthly journey ends, I'll rise beyond these hills and bends and sing the sweetest song I've found in that home beyond the mountain. The old porch swing is quiet now, but the story still lives on. Down a dusty road where the oak trees sway stood a little white church. The time never changed. Its weathered bell still called every soul to a place where broken hearts were made whole. And An old man smiled as he opened the door, said, "Son, we've been praying you'd come here once more." Though we'd never met, somehow he knew the heavy burden I was carrying through. In that little white church on Cedar Hill, God was speaking when the world stood still. Simple hymns and folded hands, grace was stronger than all my plans. I came in lost with nowhere to start, but heaven found my wandering heart. I'll never forget the peace so real in that little white church on Cedar Hill. Miss Martha played the old upright piano. Children sang with voices soft and low. Every face had a story to tell of storms survived because God walked with them well. The preacher spoke from an old worn page about mercy greater than guilt or shame. Each word settled deep in my soul, like gentle rain making dry ground whole. In that little white church on Cedar Hill, in that little white church on Cedar Hill. Years have passed and the paint has grown thin, but every Sunday I still walk in. New travelers come with tears they hide, and leave with hope shining in their eyes. I stand at the doorway just like that man, welcoming strangers with an open hand. Maybe today they'll finally see the same amazing grace that rescued me. You don't need a mansion built so grand, just a willing heart and the Father's hand. Sometimes heaven meets us where we kneel, in an old country church on Cedar Hill. In that little white church on Cedar Hill, God is calling weary people still. Through every hymn and every prayer, His faithful love is waiting there. If you are searching, come as you are. Grace will meet you wherever you are. My life was changed and always will, in that little white church on Cedar Hill. That old church bell still echoes clear, calling every wandering heart near. There were notes written in the margin small, promises she'd circle through it all. Beside one verse, my name was found, with "Lord, please keep him safe" written down. I could almost hear her gentle voice saying, "Son, you'll always have a choice. The world may lead your heart gone astray, but God will never turn away. Mama's Bible by the window, still open to words of hope. Every page was worn with prayers, every line had helped her cope. Though she's gone, her faith lives on, like a light that never fades. I found more than memories there. I found amazing grace. I knelt beside that old oak chair, the one where Mama bowed in prayer. For the first time in so many years, I spoke to heaven through my tears. The burden I'd carried for so long started lifting with each old song. Peace came softly to my soul, and the broken pieces became whole. Homes may weather, seasons change, time can never steal true faith. Love planted deep in a praying heart never truly falls apart. Mama's Bible by the window still teaches me today. Every promise still stands firm, though heaven called her away. Now when life grows hard to bear, I know just where I'll be, reading those familiar pages that once brought hope to me. The house is quiet, but every page still speaks. Old Jake lived alone by the edge of the field, with a weathered old barn and a stubborn heart of steel. He rode those horses through the morning sun, worked that land till the day's work was done. Folks in town knew him as a quiet old man who never talked much about God's plan. But deep in his heart, behind years of pride, was a little boy still searching inside. Old Jake's last prayer was a simple one: Father, forgive what I've left undone. I've wandered far need your mercy today. The Lord heard the voice of that tired old soul and touched the heart he tried to control. He found peace beneath the evening sky in old Jake's last prayer before goodbye. One Sunday morning he walked through the door of the little church he'd passed before. The preacher spoke about grace so wide and how God welcomes the broken inside. Jake sat quietly in the back row seat with trembling hands and worn-out feet. When the invitation finally came, he bowed his head and called God's name. Old Jake's last prayer was a simple one. Old Jake's last prayer was a simple one. Years went by and his strength grew weak, but there was a smile upon his face each week. He fed the hungry, helped the poor, and left kindness at every door. The same old man who once walked alone found a family he'd never known. The town would say when they spoke of Jake, grace found him before it was too late. You don't have to run another mile, you don't have to hide another while. The Father's arms are open wide, there's room for every heart inside. Old Jake's last prayer was answered that day when he finally let his burdens fade away. The road was long, the journey was hard, but mercy met him where he was. Now the old barn stands beneath the sky, and a peaceful soul has said goodbye. But his story reminds us, wherever we are, grace can find us right where we are. Old Jake's boots sit by the door, but his faith walks on forevermore. Little church was filled on a cold winter night, every candle burning with a gentle light. Oh, Mr. Thomas lay sick in his bed, and the whole congregation bowed their heads. The preacher said, before we go home, let's lift his name before the throne. So they gathered close, hand in hand, trusting a God they could not see but understand. Sing one more hymn before sunrise, one more prayer beneath these skies. When hearts are heavy and hope feels small, God is listening through it all. One more song, one more plea, for the mercy we believe. We'll keep singing until we see the answer that heaven brings. The old piano played a familiar tune, filling the room like a message from heaven. Voices rose through the quiet air, carrying faith and a family's prayer. Outside, the snow covered every road, but inside there was a warmth that flowed, because they knew through every test the Lord was working for the best. Sing one more hymn before sunrise, sing one more hymn before sunrise. Years later, the story was still told about that night when the church grew bold. Mr. Thomas walked through those doors again, with a smile and a thankful amen. He said, I felt your prayers surrounding me when I had no strength left to believe. God heard every word you prayed and carried me through that darkest day. Sometimes faith is just holding on, singing through the night until the dawn. The answer may come in ways unknown, but you'll never face the road alone. Sing one more hymn before sunrise, let hope rise with every voice tonight. Every prayer and every tear is precious to the Father who hears. So when your heart has nowhere to run, remember what His love has done. Keep singing until you see the miracle of His mercy. The last note faded and the morning came. Just beyond the water, where Willow Creek runs, lived a quiet carpenter known by everyone. His little shop stood by an old dirt lane, building tables, rocking chairs, and picture frames. He never spoke of riches or fame. He greeted every soul the same. With steady hands and a gentle smile, he'd stop his work to talk a while. The carpenter from Willow Creek showed his faith without a speech. One helping hand, one act of love, pointed every heart above. His life became the finest song, teaching right by living strong. The greatest sermon I could see was the carpenter from Willow Creek. When old Miss Rose lost part of her roof, he came before the morning dew. Never charged a single dime, just said we're neighbors, that's enough this time. He fixed the fence at Johnson's farm, built a cradle with his own 2 arms. Children laughed when he'd come around, because kindness always could be found. The carpenter from Willow Creek. Rolled on like rivers flow. His hair turned white as winter snow. Still every morning before the dawn, the little workshop lights stayed on. One quiet day, the hammer fell still. The town grew silent on the hill, but every porch and every home carried pieces of the love he'd shown. Wood may weather, nails may rust, but a faithful life outlives the dust. Every kindness leaves a seed, growing where there's human need. The carpenter from Willow Creek still inspires those who seek, not by wealth or grand display, but loving people every day. His hands grew tired, his race was won, now he rests with God's own Son. I'll remember faithfully the carpenter from Willow Creek. His workshop's quiet, but his story still lives on. There was an old guitar hanging by the wall, with scratches and stories from years before. It belonged to a shepherd named John McKay, who sang to the lonely at the end of each day. He walked through valleys and open fields, carrying songs that brought hearts to heal. The strings were worn, the wood was old, but every note carried a story untold. The shepherd's old guitar still sings, about mercy and the hope it brings. Through broken hearts and weary souls, it played a song that made them whole. The hands may shake, the years may pass, but faith like that forever lasts. You can still hear heaven from afar, through the shepherd's old guitar. He played for farmers after a long day's work, for children who wondered if God still heard. He visited homes where sorrow stayed, and filled empty rooms with songs of grace. Folks would gather around the firelight, listening to melodies through the night. Nobody knew how far they'd go, the songs that came from that old six-string soul. The shepherd's old guitar still sings. The shepherd's old guitar still sings. When John grew older and his steps slowed down, he gave that guitar to a boy from town. He said, "Son, these strings are not about me. They're about the love that sets hearts free." Now every Sunday that young man plays the same old songs from the younger days. And every time those chords begin, a piece of John's faith lives again. A song can travel where feet can't go. A simple melody can plant hope and grow. The greatest gift we leave behind is the love we place in another's life. The shepherd's old guitar still sings through every season life brings. The hands have changed, the years have flown, but the message remains the same. Grace has a sound, love has a song, and faith will keep carrying on. You'll always hear heaven from afar, through the shepherd's old guitar. 6 old strings and a lifetime of grace. The old train whistle called before dawn, as a lonely traveler moved along, a suitcase in hand and a heart full of pain. He boarded a train with no plan to remain. He'd spent many years chasing his way, leaving behind what he couldn't repay. But something inside said, don't run anymore. Maybe there's mercy waiting at the door. Take me to Mercy Junction, where broken hearts begin again, where yesterday's mistakes are forgiven, and lost souls find a friend. Every mile brings me closer, every track leads me home, on the train to Mercy Junction. I'll never walk alone. The passengers shared their stories too, of battles fought and dreams renewed. An old man said, I've been where you stand, held my regrets in my own two hands. He said, son, the road may be long, but grace is stronger than what went wrong. The Father waits with open arms, ready to heal your broken heart. Take me to Mercy Junction, take me to Mercy Junction. When the train arrived at the little town, he stepped off with his burdens laid down. The station sign read clear and bright, welcome home, you found the light. Years later he'd tell the story still, of the train that climbed the highest hill. Not every journey is easy to face, but every heart can find its place. The tracks may twist, the road may bend, but mercy meets us at the end. No matter how far we've traveled through, grace knows exactly where to find you. Take me to Mercy Junction, where hope begins to rise, where every tear becomes a memory, under brighter skies. The train keeps moving forward, and my heart is finally free. Mercy Junction was waiting for the lost and the weary like me. The whistle fades away, but the journey continues. At the edge of town where the wildflowers grew, lived a widow named Mary with a heart so true. Her little garden was small and plain, but she shared every harvest through sunshine and rain. She didn't have much, but she always gave a helping hand to those who were brave. Neighbors wondered how she smiled so bright, with so little left in her own life. In the widow's garden, love was growing, more than flowers anyone could see. Every seed she planted with kindness became a blessing to the community. She had no riches, she had no fame, but heaven knew her humble name. The greatest treasure anyone could find was the love growing in the widow's garden. When children came hungry after school, Mary would share what the garden grew. When families struggled through difficult days, she gave them hope in simple ways. The town would ask, how can you spare when you have so little to share? She would smile and softly say, God has always provided a way. In the widow's garden, love was growing. In the widow's garden, love was growing. Years passed by and Mary grew old, but her garden kept the same story told. New flowers bloomed where old ones fell, like every prayer she prayed so well. When Mary finally went away, the whole town gathered to remember that day. They planted flowers beside her door and shared the love she'd given before. A small seed can become a tree, a little love can set hearts free. What we give with a faithful heart lives on long after we depart. In the widow's garden, love is growing through every season, every year. Her kindness became a lasting memory, a song that everyone can hear. She showed the world what matters most, not what we keep, but what we give. The widow's garden will always remind us that love is the way we live. The flowers may fade, but kindness keeps blooming. the daylight faded, the church bell echoed through the valley, across the fields and winding roads. Its faithful sound reached every home. Miss Eleanor would stop and smile, resting on her porch a while. Though she'd buried her husband years before, she found hope in that familiar call. When the bell rang at sundown, peace would settle all around. Every note would gently say, God is with you every day. Through the sorrow and the tears, He has carried me through years. Hope still echoes all around when the bell rings at sundown. Children pause their games to hear. Farmers wiped away the day's hard wear. Families gathered hand in hand, giving thanks across the land. The preacher said, don't lose your way. Mercy meets us every day. Those simple words became the light that carried many through the night. When the bell rang at sundown, when the bell rang at sundown, time has changed that little town. Some old buildings have fallen down, but every evening, if you stand real still, you'll hear that faithful bell ring still. It reminds us hope remains, even through life's deepest pain. God still calls with patient grace to every heart and every place. Some hear music, some hear chimes. I hear mercy every time. One small bell with heaven's sound, lifting every burden down. When the bell rings at sundown, heaven's peace comes drifting down. Every heart can hear the call. Grace is freely given all. Till my journey here is through, that sweet sound will lead me to. I'll remember